discussion and debate, atheism, evolution, Bible study, prophecy, and doctrine, social issues, and everything Christian. These are Hot Topics with your host, Eric, a.k.a. Wolf. Welcome. And hello, thank you very much. This is Eric, a.k.a. Wolfbitten, and this is Hot Topics. And yeah, we just got through with a Bible study, but I've got a fascinatingly funny development going on here that I just had to share with everybody real quick. The difference between P-Branes and P-Branes. The difference between P-Branes and PEA-BRAINS can be fascinating, my friends. But there is a difference, and we have an example of both today. I have both P-Branes to present to you today, and I'm very happy to do this in this very short broadcast. But a funny thing happened to me yesterday on the way home from a debate. Yesterday, as everybody knows, we've had this little thing with a group of trolls called Nemesis, Nemesis, and they claim to be protectors of science. And that's what they do. They run around protecting science from flat earthers and creationists, I take it. So I originally met them because a friend of mine asked me if I would debate one of them. I didn't know any of them. I said, sure, I'll be happy to. And, well, the debate never took place because in 5 attempts, the guy couldn't find the opening post. And that's their leader. So that gives you an idea of the quality of trolls that we're dealing with here. But I did meet someone who was very nice in the group called Nemesis. Her name was Kirsten, and she is one of a kind. She's a very nice, intelligent girl, and she is not a troll, and she does not degrade people, and she does not so-called debate by spamming and calling names and ignorant, trollish stuff such as this. Well, Kirsten was very nice, and I noticed that right off the bat. There's a difference between this girl and the rest of that group. I assume her boyfriend is just as nice. I've never had a problem with him. But Kirsten asked me very nicely one day, would you mind if I come on your channel and you can tell me about your God and your creationism? Because she was raised in a pretty much atheist nation, and she didn't know anything about it. I said, sure. You know, because I respect. I respect the fact that she asked. I respect the fact that she was respectful. I respect that she allowed me to see a difference between her and the rest of that group. So I didn't treat her like the rest of that group. I didn't treat her like a troll. I treated her like a human being. And she came onto my channel over 2 hours. We had great conversation. And she never had any problem with being muted or anything like that. I didn't have to. So a couple weeks pass, and along comes Connor. Now, you got to try to picture this guy in your head. Hey, can I get my coffee, please? You got to picture this guy in your head. This guy's a millennial, and he thinks he's Connor McLeod, the Highlander. And he says, I'll debate you. Well, no, you know, he would never come up before. And he says, I'm going to debate God. Making all these demands. Well, I'm going to tell you, if there's one thing that pisses me off, it's an entitled millennialist. Someone that thinks he's entitled and doesn't have to respect anything. Doesn't have to respect anyone. The way I see it, I always heard when I was a kid, son, if you can't act any better than this, then I'll teach you what your daddy never did. And these people have had no upbringing. Mommy and daddy didn't teach them anything as children, I take it. So I told him, I said, look, you haven't just earned your right to come on my show and demand anything of me. But if you want to come on, come on. We will debate your beliefs and mine. So, I went ahead and set it up. I said, you name the date and time, I'll bring you on. We'll see which of our beliefs is best backed by science. So he named the date and time. I set it up. Look at this. He's in here now. Hello, Connor. You want to come on in? I failed the debate. Well, we're going to see that's not true. So, yeah, I did mute you. And they're going to see why I muted you, too. So, anyway, I went ahead and set up this debate. And it was a fine debate that never happened. Why didn't it happen? Here's why it didn't happen. Because he rage quit. And then when he rage quit, he went back telling everybody, he didn't live up to it. He didn't live up to it. So I won. And he went back to his little group of freaks. And he started posting all of this stuff about he rage quit, so he won. Well, you know. And then he says, you changed the subject. You changed the subject. Like you see him saying right here. Well, you know, this is a lie. When he came on the program, this right here, pardon me just a moment, because I'm going to screen share this with you so you can see for yourself. I don't want you to. Bear with me just a moment here. Oh, gosh. I got to get way back over here now. Share. And screen share. And we're going to share the entire screen. And we're going to allow. Now, this was our debate that was set up for yesterday. Wolfbitten versus Connor of Nemesis, fastest debate ever. And you'll see the time. We are 4 minutes and 29 seconds into it. And I was doing the introduction. We hadn't even started our debate yet. But what happened, as I hit the play button here, you'll see what we're going on. And I'm doing the introduction, and I'm asking Connor right here, what do you feel you've done to earn the right to just ask me about my beliefs without putting your beliefs on the line? And instead of answering, he kept interrupting me. And he wouldn't answer the question. He did say at one time, I didn't do anything to earn it. And I said, you're right, you didn't. So, poof, there he goes back to the back room. I put him off so I could continue talking to him for a moment before I bring him back on. And while I was gone, or while he was sitting in the back room there, he rage quit. He just quit. But I'm going to show you something else here. After he rage quit, he went back telling everybody, he didn't stick to our deal. So let me show you. Here's his deal. This is on a Facebook group. And he says, further up, he challenged me. I challenge you to debate God. I challenge you to debate God. There was no courtesy. He calls me everything he wants to call me, which that's fine. He can be that way. But that kind of negates my instant kindness and consideration back to him, if you know what I mean. So I tell him right here. He says, hello, testing 1, 2. I said, you don't dictate, son. That's what I'm talking about. People that think they're entitled. They haven't lived life. They fold boxes for a living. And they think they have no respect for their elders. Mom and dad didn't teach them a damned thing. And they think that they can show disrespect to everybody and demand and be entitled. No, boy, it don't work that way. Not in real life, son. So I told him right here, you look at this. It's right here. He can't say he wasn't told. You don't dictate, son. Connor McLeod. You want to think you're a Highlander, boy? You got a lot of growing to do. We both put skin on the line. My beliefs versus yours. Who does science back between us? So, yes, I'll bring my proofs, and you bring yours. Tomorrow, because this is the time and date that he wanted, 7 p.m. GMT, a.k.a. 2 p.m. EST, confirmed. Don't run away, kid. And you see what he says right here. Connor McLeod, Eric Jewell. And why would I run? I'll tell you why you'll run, you little twerp. Because you know you can't defend your beliefs. You can't even prove mine wrong. And after you rage quit yesterday, I still chased your little pansy butt, boy. And I said, okay, come on. I went back into your chat and said, if you want to come on here and you want to just debate my beliefs, I'll let you do that because unlike you, I have confidence in my beliefs. My beliefs will pass the test. I can defend them. I just wanted to prove a point. 2 points. 1, you better respect the people you're going to ask something for. And 2, you're afraid. You're afraid. You're scared to death of trying to defend your beliefs because you know you can't. I would tear them up in a heartbeat, boy. Quicker than the spanking your daddy never gave you. And I went ahead and laid out my beliefs, and you still can't prove them wrong because you can't prove biogenesis wrong. You can't. So there it was. I didn't just confirm his date and time, but I confirmed it was going to be his beliefs versus mine. And he asked, why would I run? He didn't try to back out of it then. He knew what was coming. So here it is yesterday. I'm still trying to get the entitled little wimp to show up on his chat, in his group's chat, and they still won't. And they're saying, you changed the subject. I did not change no subject. You liars. He knew exactly what I set up. He knew exactly why, because I told him, you haven't earned that right, boy. You haven't shown the respect that you need to show. Now, the difference between P-Branes and P-Branes. This should prove interesting. Bear with me just a moment here. Oh, run along, little fella. Connor McLeod, do you want to come on? Who's crying, son? You're the one crying. You're the one that rage quit. You're the one that knew what was set up and that it was your beliefs versus mine. You knew that. Now, come on. I'll tell you what. Let's show these people right here what you've got. I'm going to bring you on. Okay? Here comes. Look at him. Look at him talking his crap. Now watch him run away. There you go. Come on in. Come on in. So you can mute me again? No thanks. You frightened little thing, you. You poor little feller. Come on. Come on. You can't defend your beliefs, boy. And you can't prove mine wrong. You just rage quit. That's all you did. You're a runt. You're a frightened little runt. So, you know what? Go ahead. Get off of my channel. There you go. I want men on my channel, boy. You don't qualify. And now I want to show this to everybody else. This was a little conversation that we had earlier, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And I'm going to have to screen share this one again, too, I'm afraid. So let me pull this up. Pardon me just a second. We're only going to be on for a couple more minutes. Screen share. Entire screen. Oh. Let's do the screenshot. Okay. There's the screenshot. Now, I want you to look at this. What is this? This was a little tongue-in-cheek I was having with Connor while he was saying, you changed the topic and you muted me. Well, moron, you don't interrupt the host before the debate even begins while he's doing his introduction and trying to teach you a lesson about respect. I would have let you debate me, just me, about my beliefs, because you can't prove biogenesis wrong. You can't falsify biogenesis, and biogenesis proves a creator. So these guys pretend like they're out protecting science and they know all this crap about science. And he says, and look, I'm talking to him on Facebook here in his Facebook group. Him and his wife are exactly alike. They're so irritating. They're little trolls. They're not intelligent at all. And when they type, they want to take up bandwidth and be irritating. So they don't type out a sentence. Every post is a single word that's supposed to make up their sentence. And they expect people to put up with that babyfied bullcrap. I'm sorry, folks, but some people deserve a spanking. This is one of them. Him and his wife both. So I said, just like his wife, he can't speak in sentences, which is why I blocked her. I don't need that kind of babyfied crap to deal with when I'm trying to spend my time profitably. I'll debate God. I'll debate evolution. I'll debate sciences. And I'll talk to people about my own personal experiences. But I'm not going to put up with this trollish crap. And so, tongue-in-cheek, I said, there's no insane in the membrane. There's no membrane. That's kind of cracking on an old tune. Some of you might remember Insane in the Membrane. But there is no membrane. And then I brought string theory into it, just tongue-in-cheek. I love puns. They can't be string theory for lack of a brain, B-R-A-N-E. Not even the P-Brain, B-R-A-N-E. And Connor says, down here, he says, it's spelt B-R-A-I-N. The irony. And then he starts laughing at it again. He doesn't understand. Lack of a brain, B-R-A-N-E, and P-Brain, the P-Brain, and putting it in parentheses. He doesn't understand that these are principles of string theory. And yet he's a defender of science. I said the irony is right, since you claim to defend science and don't even know that a brain, B-R-A-N-E, is referring to string theory, and that a brain, B-R-A-I-N, is what you and the Scarecrow and Heather missed out on. So, I'm going to share one other thing with you. I'm not going to stay on this very long because, quite honestly, I don't want to. I don't like to talk about negative things, but some things just get to me. Stupidity gets to me. And so, yeah, I wanted to talk about it for a minute and just quench this, nip this in the bud and show he knew exactly what we were going to do. This was no surprise to him. I told him when he challenged me, skin for skin, boy. If you want to debate mine, you haven't earned the right to just grill me. So we're going to debate each other's beliefs. You saw him say, why would I run? Well, now we know why. Because he can't back himself. He can't defend his beliefs. He's seen me tear up his friends one by one. And he's seen that none of them could prove me wrong in anything. I laid out my beliefs yesterday on God. My proof of God. My scientific proof on God yesterday. I laid it out for him. I give it to him as a freebie. That was a freebie. I didn't make them debate me on it. So that was a freebie. Anyway, I'm going to show you something in a moment here. Pardon me a second. I'm lost in my all I love can't live without you. Oh, up here. Okay. There it is. Get that out of the way. And now I want to show you guys something. Bear with me just a moment. Okay. I'm going to screen share one more thing with you. This is the P-Brain. I do understand not everybody's into science. Not everybody claims to be a defender of science. These people do. So if you don't know what a P-Brain or brains are, that's okay. I don't expect the average person to know these things. I only know about them because I've studied astrophysics, the current model of the universe, which relied heavily on string theory. So here we go. Brain. Over here you see brain. Right here you see P-Brain. Okay, over here you see P-Brain. These are not things that I'm making up. A P-Brain. A point particle can be viewed as a brain of dimension 0, while a string can be viewed as a brain or a dimension or of dimension 1. Now that goes on, but that's just Wikipedia. Let's go down here. P-Brain, Solar Physics at MSU. P-Branes, brain theory. There are higher dimensional objects in string theory with dimensions from 0 points to 9 called P-Branes. That's P-Branes. Now, these deal with string theory. Now, P-Branes, P-E-A-B-R-A-I-N-S, are people like Connor and Nemesis. There is a difference. One is a scientific term. The other is a scientific Dunning-Kruger effect. That's Connor. That's Nemesis. These crying, wimpy, little millennial entitled wannabes. And I'm sorry, I've got to be honest. I've got to tell the truth. That's part of the problem this country has right now, is people like that. Oh, FTFE is still willing to host your debate. Well, I told FTFE that I accept that debate, provided that the format is guaranteed for both of us, and that he doesn't read, since he is a member of Nemesis, and this is a Nemesis channel, and these are all Nemesis people that's going to be in his audience, provided he didn't read any disparaging comments during our debate, even if they were paid comments. That's the only thing he has to conform to, and he won't do it. You know why? Because he knows you boys can't win this, but he can keep reading your comments that do nothing but rage and degrade and troll through the whole debate. I'm no fool, boy. I came on your channel before. You know what, you little punk? You can get off my channel too. There. Goodbye. Now, as soon as FTFE agrees to that he will not read any disparaging comments during our debate and that we have a guaranteed format, I'll be there. That's all he's got to do. But he don't want to do that. He wants to read all those disparaging comments during our debate. Well, no. Trolls are not part of my debates, boy. Do you understand me? You're looking at a man here, son. I don't need you. You don't intimidate me. And your baby games, the games that a 5-year-old can play better than any of you, don't work on me. So if you want that debate with me, which I know you don't want that debate, then you jump on FTFE, the little geek that thinks he has to fight flat Earth. You people do not defend science. You don't know the first thing about science. You're disgusting individuals. You're little trolls. That's all you are. And I see we have, okay, you think you're Wolfsbane. I know who this is. This is Jordan. Jordan, are you going to speak reasonably today? If you will.
I've spoken to you reasonably every time.
There you go, interrupting me again.
I mean, because you go.
No, there is no.
Started lying.
There is no. I mean, you do not interrupt on this program, son. I bring you on, and you're allowed to speak when I tell you you're allowed to speak. And then I will listen to you, and then I will speak, and you will allow me to speak. That's how things operate here now. I'm going to bring you back on, so don't come on here with your little baby-fied entitlement crap, son.
Oh, my...
Okay. Okay. Well, he's just stupid. He's a 5-year-old. He's a 3-year-old. So, Jordan, go play somewhere else. This is a serious thing here, son. We're not here to listen to nonsense and stupidity. So there you have it. There you have this whole story of how Connor knew what this debate was all going to be about, that he said, Why would I run after I told him that it's going to be your beliefs against mine? So, no, son. I'll give you one more chance. I'm going to bring you on one more time now. Is there something you would like to debate?
Yes. Well, actually, no. I don't want to.
Okay, then bye. Okay, he doesn't want to debate. So, we're not going to waste our time on you. As for everybody else, thank you very, very much for showing up. I appreciate you. And thank you for listening. Now you know the story of what Connor agreed to, the fact that he knew what it was all about, and he rage quit anyway. And now the excuses he's trying to make, I didn't know it, you changed it. I didn't change a thing, you little liar. You agreed to it. You said, why would I run? And you showed up. And then you rage quit. Rage quitters don't win anything but my disdain, son. You're not going to win anything in this life. And people are going to stop handing you things one day, and you're going to find out you got to earn it. Until then, thank you very much, Nemesis. I will give you the spankings that your moms and dads never gave you. And to everybody else, now I just want to say I don't hate any of you guys. I'm doing this out of love. It may not feel like it, but sometimes love is tough. I know I'm tough. I know none of you are. None of you are tough enough to hang in and actually debate your beliefs against mine. None of you. Not a one of you. Not a one of you are even willing to debate on even your own channel without reading disparaging comments from the crowd. You don't want to debate. You're afraid of the debate. So God bless everybody. Have a good night. This is Eric, a.k.a. Wolf Button. We are out of here.